Hello everyone, Gurmeet here, and in this video we'll talk about Python strings. So string literals in Python are basically surrounded by either single quotes or double quotation marks. This we have already learned about in our previous videos. So I'm creating a new variable here. Let's say name. Name is a variable here, and if I have to store some string here, then I will use single quotation marks or double quotation marks. So I'm typing here Gurmeet Singh, my name, and then again I'm creating another variable. Let's say first name. So here I'm using double quotes to store my name, first name only. Okay, and again you can use single quotes as well. Okay, so I'll use the print statement to show that these variables are storing the current string. Okay, so I'll run the program and you can see the output. Okay, so I'll also show you that these are actually string type variables. So I'll use the type function here to see the class to which these variables actually belong. So you can see class str. Str is the string data type in Python. So these are all about the string variable basics, and I already told you how you can assign different type of string values to these variables by just using the single quotes or double quotes. And you can also type multi-line strings. Let me show you how. Okay, so let me create some variable, some string, and then you have to use the quote symbols 3 times, either single quote or double quote, that doesn't matter. So I'm using single quote symbol 3 times, and then I can type in multiple lines like this. Gurmeet Singh is a programmer, let's say. Okay, and then he scored 100 marks in mathematics, let's say. I'm just typing randomly. So again, I'll close here with 3 symbols, the 3 single quote symbols, if I have started with 3 single quote symbols. Okay, if I would have started with 3 double quote symbols, then I would have ended it with 3 double quote symbols as well. Okay, let's print it and also check the type. Okay, let's run it, and you can see it printed the string as it is, and it also shows that it belongs to class str. Also, you might have noticed one thing, that it is also breaking the lines here. So if you are writing in a new line, it is also showing the string in a new line as well. So the symbol like \n that we make use of to print new lines in almost every other programming language, right, is not needed here if you are using multi-line quote symbols. Okay, so let me show you. I'm now using double quote symbols here. It also works. Okay, let me run, and you can see it also works. So this way you can type in multi-line strings. It is similar to multi-line comments, I think. Okay, so the next thing is that you can also make use of strings as arrays. Okay, how? So let's say I'm again typing my name, Gurmeet Singh, and if I have to check the at fifth position which character is there in this name variable string, so what I will do, I'll simply print it name and 4. Okay, so basically the indexing starts from 0, right? So the first position is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and let's see which character is present at the 5th position, or you can say the 4th index. So you can see it's E. It's the first E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this is the position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is E here. Likewise, you can check whatsoever character is present at whatsoever position. For example, at the 0th position, it should be G. And as you can see in the output, it is G. So this way you can use strings as arrays. Okay, so there is one more concept in Python regarding strings, and that is slicing. As the name clears, slicing means to cut down the original strings into some pieces. So that's what we can do with slicing. Let me again use my name as an example. So I'm typing Gurmeet Singh, and then I'll do the slicing. How I can do slicing? So again, I'm using just the print statement to show you that it is actually doing the thing, what I'm saying, right? So if I have to just print the first name, like Gurmeet Singh is my full name, I just have to print the first name. What I will do, name. So I'll start with the 0th position. I want to go up to 8th position. Let's see what it returns. So you can see it returns my first name. It shows me the original string. The original string is sliced down into from 0th position to the 7th position, right? To the 7th position. The 8th position is actually not included. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 characters in my first name. So I'll type it like start from 0 and continue till the length is 7. Okay, so let's see how the slicing actually works. The first number that you type here is the starting position of the sliced string, the string that you want to be as the resultant string after getting sliced. And the next number that you have to type here is the index of the number, index or the position that is just one more than the ending character. Let me explain you. So for example, this is the 0th index, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want up to the 6th index. So I have to type just one number more than that index, that is 7. Right. So now let's just check that it prints a first name or not. Invalid syntax. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to use here the square bracket symbols. Okay, let's check. So you can see it is printing the first name, right? So likewise, if I have to just print my last name, what I will do? So you can count here. It is 6 up to here. It is 7th here, and it is 8, right? So the S is at 8th position, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have to type here 13 up to 13th index. So you can see it is printing Singh, and if I'll type 12 here, let's see what happens. It is printing SING because the last character, which is actually at the 12th position, is not included in the slice string, right? So you always remember that you just have to enter a number that is just one more than the index, the last index of the sliced string. Okay, so that's how you can do slicing. But there is one more concept that is negative indexing, right? So if I type just -1 here, and let's see what happens. It is still returning that same thing. So how 12 is actually equivalent to -1? So -1 is the index of the last character of the string. So as we know that we can use strings as an array, and if I have to print the first index of the string, then I'll use this symbol. So you can see it prints G, and if I have to print the last character of the string, then I'll use -1. So -1 is the index of the last character of the string. So likewise, G is at -2, N is at -3, -4, -5. This way, negative indexing starts from the right hand side of the string. Okay, so you can therefore use this thing also for string slicing. For example, I have to print now my first name. So I just type the first character, I want this G symbol to be included. This is a symbol where my slice string has to be start. So I just typed here 0, and now I want the slice string to be like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 up to -6, right? So I just typed -6, and you can see it printed my first name, right? So similarly, you can do a lot more with slicing. You just have to experiment with these numbers. I highly recommend you that you practice this thing, because it even confuses me even now, even after having so much experience. And again, you can apply several functions on Python strings. For example, the very basic function is the length function, len function. So if you have to type the string, find out the string length, you can use the len function. and you can see the string length is 13 here. Similarly, there are several string methods as well that you can directly apply on the string. So the first method is strip method. Name dot, these methods you have to apply on the string, name dot strip. So what it does, let's see. So I think it's hard for you to actually spot out the difference. It removes any trailing or leading white spaces. For example, if I have white spaces here, some spaces here as well, it simply removes it. Okay, how you can check that it is removing? I'm using a length function here, right? So I'll check the length first here, and then we will also use the length function here to actually check how many characters are contained here. So you can see initially the length was 25, including the trailing and leading white spaces, and now it is, after stripping the starting and ending white spaces, it is 13, right? So that's how the strip function works. It removes the white spaces from the starting and ending, but it does not remove any white spaces from the middle, right? It does not remove any white spaces from the middle. See, you can see the length is initially the length was 26 and it is 17, but in the original string it meant to be only 13, right? So I hope you got the idea of the first method, that is strip. Then there is another method that is lower. So it will convert the original string into lowercase. That's how you can convert the original string into lowercase. You can see there is capital G and capital S, so it is in title case. It converted down it into lowercase. Similarly, you can use the method upper to convert the whole string into uppercase. So that's how. And there is also another method, title. It converts into title case. So I'm just changing the string so that it originally is in lowercase. So here you can see it converted it into the title case. Okay, so there is another method called replace. So if you want some character to be replaced with some another character, that's how you can do with Python, name dot replace, right? So I want E to be replaced with a capital E. So what I does, it is case sensitive. I'm saying again, it is case sensitive. So what you want to be replaced and with what? So the replace method takes two arguments. I want E to be replaced with capital E. So that's how you can do it. And you can see the cursive or small e has been now changed to capital E. And that's how you can replace anything. For example, I want the whole string Gurmeet to be replaced with Manmeet. And you can see Gurmeet has been replaced with Manmeet. And that's how you can do a replace. And that's how you can actually replace the whole string or substrings, right? So there is another method called split method. So if you want a string to be split by some symbol or delimiter, that's how you can do it in Python. So I want my name to be splitted by space. So I have to here type the delimiter symbol, that is space, and then you can see in the output we get a Python list. Actually, we have not talked about Python list in our tutorial series, but if you know, I'll tell you that it simply splits the original string into a Python list containing each element as the splitted string, right? Multiple things, and if I want it to be separated by comma, it will automatically split it, right? You can see the output. So similarly, there are many more methods, right, in Python string. So I am trying to just cover the maximum number of methods that I can in this video. So for example, if you want to check if some substring is contained in the original string, you can use the in and not in operators. So we have not talked about those operators as well. So, but I'm just showing you for reference. Okay. So if you want to check like sing is there in the string or not. So what I'll do, I'll write is like sing in name. So it will return a boolean value basically. So it says true because the substring sing is actually contained in the original string name. So if I'm typing hello in name, right? So it is returning false because there is no substring hello in the original string. If I type just G in name, it says true because G is there in the original string. And similarly, you can use the operator not in. So G not in name, it must return false because G is there in the original string, right? So not in is just the reverse of n operator, right? Okay, so one very important thing is that you can concatenate using the plus symbol. So I'm showing you that. So this is my, let's say, first name, and let's say last name is sing. So if I want to concatenate this string, what I'll do, I'll print first name plus last name. Here the plus symbol actually acts as concatenation operator. So you can see it is concatenated, and if I want a space to be there between, so what I'll do, I'll just type a space like this. As you can see, now my full name is printed. So that's how you can do concatenation. And there are several other methods as well, and I think we won't be able to cover all those methods in just a single video. You can check it online on different websites for references. There are several other methods like case, fold, center, count, encode, ends with, index. If it will be possible, I'll try to make another video that will explain all of the other or maybe individual methods for Python strings, because each method has their own purpose and practical application. So even if I will try to compile this video with all those methods, it will be quite boring for you, and you won't be able to understand the actual practical application where each of those methods can be used. So that's why I prefer that I'll make individual videos for them, or maybe a grouped video, right, in which I can also explain the applications where those methods can be used. So that's it for this video. I hope you got a good idea about Python strings. So if you like this video, you can share it with others. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.